Hi, and welcome to part 7 of Automating Active Directory with PowerShell tutorial series. In the last video, we went over how to create a new username for our users for our create function. The next step, like we said, is to make sure that the OUs or organizational units exist before we place our users in them. And we're going to be basing our organizational units for this automation based on physical delivery office name. So basically, where the office resides in um, by location. So it's going to be like New York, Toronto, Vancouver, and I believe another location in my file is Dubai. So we're going to be creating those, and we're going to be writing a script to make sure that all those OUs exist. And if they don't exist, we're actually going to create them right in the function. So let's go ahead and let's get started here today. So what we know is we have our employees file, which let me just open that up for you guys here. So we have this file here, which we can see that we have offices in Vancouver, New York, Dubai, and Toronto. So those are going to be the OUs that get created. Now, of course, you could go in an Active Directory and create them. As you can see, I have currently none in here. Um, so we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to be creating these. So let's see how we can do that here. So what we first want to do is we first want to get all of the office names. So the easiest way to do that is to use our um, get. And since we want to make sure, like a lot of people might be thinking, like we can use the user data, which we probably could, but I think that that would make things slightly more complicated, just because we would have to check the new users and the synced users. We can't just use one of them, expecting it to contain all the offices. What if we open a new office? And it's only in the new users field, but we're using like the synced data to do it. That just doesn't work. So what I like to do is I like to use our get employee from CSV command that we created. So we're going to pass in our CSV file, CSV file path. We're going to put in our delimiter like always, and we're going to pass in our sync field map, and that's it. And now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to store that in something called not group names, but OU names. Let's store that in there. So if we just run this here, now of course this is going to not really be the OU names. This is going to be our CSV data. So as we can see here, we do see that we get all of our employees back. So this is not really what we want. We want only the physical delivery office names. So what we're going to do actually is we are going to make this a configuration in our script. So we're going to put OU property up here, and we're going to put the name of the field. And again, this is just to make our script a lot more flexible if we ever decide to change how our OUs are going to be based. Like what if we decide to change from physical delivery office name to, let's say, title later on? So all we really need to do is change this OU property, and it'll automatically check the OUs, create the proper OUs, and then with later on in the script, we'll be able to move users around to the proper OU that way. And then you'd be able to go in and delete the old OUs either via script or manually, or keep them there for legacy purposes if ever you need them again for a little bit and then delete them. That's completely up to you. So now that we have our OU property here, we are actually going to pipe this get employee from CSV to a where a select um, command, and we are going to select the property of OU property. So if we actually get this now, if we run this, now we actually get our physical delivery office name, and we have Vancouver, New York, New York, Vancouver, New York, Dubai, Dubai, Vancouver, Toronto, and Toronto. Now we really only need um, the one. We only need one entry for each, so we really just want the unique um, OU properties, or OUs, I should say. So let's do a unique here and see what that looks like. So if we do that here, perfect. So now we have Vancouver, New York, Dubai, and Toronto. So what I'm going to do here as well is I'm just going to do a back tick here, just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to read. That should still work. Perfect. So if ever you want to write multiple lines of PowerShell, but really have it only like one command, you can do a space backtick after a parameter, and then you could go on another line and keep continuing your commands. You can even do it mid, like I did here for user data after a unique idea, put the backtick, and then it keeps going. So that's just a useful little tip there. All right, so now that we have our OU names, what we really want to do now is we want to loop through them and make sure that they exist. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to do a for each loop, and we're going to do for each OU name in OU names. And then here we're going to want to do a, just grab that. If we just do this here, we are going to see that we have a OU name and we have the physical delivery office name. Perfect. So now what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to do a, we're just going to want to grab that OU name all together. So um, OU name equals OU name dot physical delivery office name. So this lets us only pick that parameter. Now, of course, we could do this up here if we wrap these in um, in parentheses and then put a dot physical delivery office name. But I'm just going to do it in this loop here. Now we're going to have an if statement, and then we're going to do a get AD organizational unit. Then we're going to have a filter, and then we're going to have a name. Then we're going to have equals OU name here. That should be good. And then we're going to have a server, which is going to be our domain here. So that should suffice. So basically this is going to be if it gets the organizational unit, then do something. So what we want to do, just so we don't have a big like if and then an else, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this again in parentheses, and we are going to put a dash not. So basically, if it finds something, this will be true. And then we're going to be adding a not in front of it. So if not true, so if this is if this comes back as true, this not will make it false, which will just completely skip out of the loop because it already exists. If this comes back with nothing, then it'll be false, and then we add a not in front of that, which makes it true, which makes us in this if statement. So it's a little bit confusing with the not, but it does make the code a little bit shorter that way. So that's why I'm doing it that way. So we are going to add a new AD organizational unit, and then we are going to put the name as OU name, and then a server. We'll put our domain there. And then I believe that that should be okay. All right. So now if we go ahead and we do this here, we go back in our Active Directory. We do see our Dubai, our New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete these here. When you do create them, they will be protected by default. So that's a little bit annoying. If you really want to do just some tests, what I would probably recommend is adding the parameter of protect against accidental deletion and set that to false. Just this way you don't get this check and you can easily delete them, especially if you're testing afterwards. Before you put that into production, I would definitely remove that. So this way people can't delete the OUs by accident. I mean, it still prompts you to make sure you want to delete it, but this parameter here, which is protected from accidental deletion, equals false. Leave that there for your testing purposes. This way it's easier to delete and recreate them. But what we're going to want to do is, now that we know that this works, we are going to create our function. So let's create our function here. And we're going to name this function validate OU. And again, we're going to put the commandlet binding like always. And we're going to add our parameters here. So our parameters that we need are going to be the CSV file path. We are going to need the delimiter, the sync field map. We're going to need the OU property as well. And we are going to need the domain. So those are all the things that we will need. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can find one that has somewhat similar here, just so we don't have to rewrite everything basically. All right, so we have our sync field map. We have our CSV file path. We have our delimiter. We have our domain. The only other thing that we need is our OU property. So let's add that in here. And this is obviously going to be a mandatory field because we have to know what is our property that we are validating against. OU property. All right, so that should be good. And now let's go ahead and let's cut to this and paste this into our function. Let's just properly indent this code. That looks good. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to always wrap this in a try catch statement like always. All right, so I actually deleted some of these by accident, so let me just fix this up a little bit here. There you go. So let's go ahead and let's put our normal right error here. Like always, we do the $_ basically get in the piped message. And this should be good. So let's go ahead and let's run the entire thing here. And let's see what our validate OU gives us. So let's put in the sync field map, the CSV file path, backtick, delimiter, domain, and OU property. So let's run this here. So just to show you guys once again, we're going to refresh our AD. We have none of the OUs there. So let's run this. And it executed, no errors. And we have our OUs. So this is perfect. So what we're going to want to do in our entire script here, we're going to run this validate OUs before we do any type of creation of users or syncing of users. But we can run it after we collect the user data. And this will just make sure that all the OUs that need to be there are there. And that'll make our life a lot easier when we go to create users and place them in the OUs or sync users and move them from on one OU to the other. We will already know that other OU exists, making our checks a little bit less necessary. We'll still do them, but at least we know that's not where the error will happen. So that's pretty much it for really validating the OU. The next step, as we've said, after we get a username, we get our OUs in place. The next video will actually be creating our users. So that's where we're going to be passing in our user data. We're going to be going through that and we're going to be creating AD users based on that with passwords. And the passwords will be randomly generated and we'll be able to get an output of that. So we can log that somewhere to be able to give to our users later on. Our first go at the create users will not be logging that stuff, but it will be outputting it to the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it at that for today. Make sure you get that validate OU working. Maybe try and get the creation working. But that video will be up shortly. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get the warning when that new video comes out. And I will see you on the next video.